Good morning. I have a few announcements for you before we begin our service. A warm welcome to everyone this morning, to those of you here in person and those watching on YouTube. At Gloucester UU, we create a home for people of many religious beliefs or none. People of different skin colors, different ages, different incomes, and different abilities. If you're full of joy, please come in. If your spirit is heavy, please come in. Our Unitarian Universalist heritage teaches us to keep love, never hate or fear, at the center of our beliefs and of our work in the world. As a welcoming congregation, we affirm the full inclusion of people of all sexual orientations and gender identities. A very warm welcome to any visitors here this morning. If you'd like to get connected and learn more about our community life, please take a moment to fill out a yellow pew card located on the back of the seat in front of you, or sign the guest book in the vestibule. We hope you will join us for refreshments downstairs in our social hall following the service, so we have a chance to connect in person. We do not provide childcare during the summer months. Sorry about that. If you've been coming for a while and want to have a name tag made, there's a sign-up sheet at the back of the sanctuary on the table. And to make it easier for visitors and newer members to get to know everyone, let's get in the habit of wearing our name tags. I realize I'm the first offender here. Reverend Janet will be on vacation from August 4th until the 22nd, and then on study leave from the 25th to the 29th. Christine is only working 10 hours a week in July, so she'll be in the office on Thursdays and Fridays only. August 24th, Reverend Janet is running a joint service, the joint service of all of the UU churches on Cape Ann, with Andy Saul playing. And then on August 31st, there's going to be an informal gathering of the congregation before the Parade of Sail, and we'll all go down together to watch the Parade of Sail. Next Friday, August 22nd, the Music on Meeting House Green Friday night concert is What Time Is It, Mr. Fox? This concert will benefit Action Incorporated, and the food will be by Crepe du Jour. The next book discussion will be Tuesday, September 30th, kind of a long way away, but we're reading James, the reimagining of Mark Twain's Adventures of Huckleberry Finn. That's Tuesday, September 30th at 3 p.m. And then last but not least, we have an announcement from Carol.
You have to hold the button in. Hold the button in. The light was on. Testing. Guten Morgen. My name's Carol Bousquet. My pronouns are she, her, hers. Three actually. We're going to be signing postcards. Hopefully you'll join in, to our state representative and senator, urging them to respectfully requesting that they prioritize the passage of the Dignity Not Deportations Act, a new law that they're trying to hammer through our state so that we can defend ourselves against the incursions of ICE and any other governmental incursions from our federal government. This would set us up to take them to court. So hopefully you'll sign one each, and that's all you need to do is sign it. These will be hand delivered to Senator Charr and whoever your rep is. Otherwise, this afternoon at 2 o'clock in Ipswich, Blue Anchor is hosting a community discussion, people-powered town hall, if you'd like to drop in, between 2 and 5 o'clock today. Blue Anchor is new to us. It is a national organization. Those of us working to support this are not overly familiar, but it's going to be a community discussion about real democracy. And then regarding our Schooner Sunday, the plan is to meet in the parking lot, use our alley for our parking, and for us just to mosey together down to the location down there to watch the parade of sails together. And you don't have to meet here if you don't want. You're welcome to find us down there if you'd like. You're welcome to bring your own snacks and coffee. And that's all we're doing. But it was fun last year. We just moseyed down after the service, found it was very convivial, very congenial, and very exciting. So hopefully we'll meet here at 10 o'clock and walk down there. And if you miss us, come find us. You'll see us. Thank you.
Go off? No, hold it again. There, thanks. Before we begin, if the folks watching from home would like to light a candle or a chalice along with us here, please go get one now so that we can do this ritual together in spirit. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Holly Tagway. I am today's worship leader. Our opening hymn is number 83 in the gray hymnal, Winds Be Still. Please be seated. Our call to worship this morning is titled Afraid of the Dark by Andrew Pakula. In sightless night, terrors draw near. Nameless fears of talon and tooth. Hopelessness yawns before us, an abyss. Alone and unknown in the gloom, longing for the dawn. O sacred flame, blaze forth, wisdom brought to life. Guide us with the light of hope, the warmth of love, the beacon of purpose and meaning, because we are all afraid of the dark. In the Unitarian Universalist faith tradition, we enter into worship by the simple ritual of kindling our chalice. The flame of our chalice this morning is a symbol of the warmth and brightness of our connections, and the double circles of the sculpture remind us to keep inviting others into an ever-widening circle. As Pat lights our chalice, if you have a candle or chalice prepared at home, please light it with us now. We take a moment now to affirm the covenant that we share with one another. Newcomers and guests, the words of our affirmation are printed in the order of service, if you'd like to read along with us. In the light of truth and the warmth of love, we gather to seek, to sustain, and to share. Life is a gift for which we are grateful. We gather in community to celebrate the glories and the mysteries of this great gift. Each week, we light a candle for peace to join our hopes for peace with all others who may also be lifting up their own hopes. We gather here in this sacred and beautiful space this morning, grateful to all those who came before us, who made this church possible through their generosity and their commitment. Each week, we take up a collection to practice generosity, one of our UU core values. We give to carry our church forward into the future and to support all of our work in the wider world. Our offering this morning will now be gratefully received. Blessings upon the givers and upon your gifts.
I invite us now to read together the responsive reading, which is found at the back of the gray hymnal. It's number 658. Your job is to read the italicized portions. To risk. To laugh is to risk appearing the fool. To reach out for another is to risk exposing our true self.
Place our ideals, our dreams before the crowd is to risk loss.
To love is to risk not being loved in return.
Is to risk despair.
To try is to risk failure.
Is to risk dying. I invite us now into a time of prayer to be followed by a time of silent meditation. Our prayer today is by an author unknown, titled, I Am Afraid of Nearly Everything. I am afraid of nearly everything, of darkness, hunger, war, children mutilated. But most of all, I am afraid of what I might become, reconciled to injustice, resigned to fear and despair, lulled into a life of apathy. Unchain my hope, make me strong. Stretch me towards the impossible, that I may work for what ought to be, the hungry fed, the enslaved freed, the suffering comforted, the peace accomplished.
In lieu of a sermon today, we will hear readings of poetry on the themes of fear and hope. Some were written by the reader, some are favorites selected by the reader. If you didn't receive this printed copy of the poems, raise your hand and an usher will bring you one so you can read along as we go. Steve has offered to play a short improvisation after each poem, inspired by that poem. The first musical interlude will be after the second poem. Holly's, the first poem is a haiku, so very brief. The first poem is World on Fire, read by Holly Tangway.
I have a special request of all the readers who come after me. We all need you to read slowly and clearly. I need it in particular today because I left my hearing aids at home. This little haiku was written at Lake Winnipesaukee this summer. World on Fire. Canadian wildflowers. Our mountains veiled in smoke. Does fear win or hope?
Our second poem is Oh Yes by Charles Bukowski, read by Catherine Byha.
All set? Good morning. Title of this poem is Oh Yes, and it was written by Charles Bukowski. There are worse things than being alone, but it often takes decades to realize this. And most often, when you do, it's too late. And there's nothing worse than too late.
Jim Seavey will read his poem On Empty.
Okay. This is one of a series of poems I wrote about getting to work in the morning. This actually happens to be the first one I wrote, and this is the Maxfield Parrish painting that goes with it. You can all look at copies of this later. This was, some of these poems were published in Living Proof in 1991, the North Shore Writers Workshop. Some familiar names. Yeah. On Empty. While watching colors change, I drive on eggshells past Max Parrish's Dawn at Goose Cove. The lavender and incandescent orange shimmer back up, silhouetting swans. One, neck bent, head in the water like some Nessie. I'm hoping I don't run dry, running on fumes, on hope. Sun blasts over the edge of the trees through the acidic air of near winter. I sigh, wish I would run out, call in sick, walk into the pearly woods and sit for hours on lichen-covered rocks to watch the colors change.
Gail Campbell will read Puerta Abierta by Shelby Navarro.
Some context first. This poem was written by my nephew, who's a member of the Creek Nation of Oklahoma, a successful architect who recently sold his business to focus on addressing generational trauma and personal growth through pottery and writing. So this is a poem called Puerta Abierta, Door Open. I know it will hurt, rip, tear. I simply must squeeze the shadows out of there. Nothing is as scary as undefined evil. Will my now happiness be available for retrieval? If it can be retrieved, do I even want it? Is it real? Is it me? Will it even fit? I am ready again to be broken. Door, I hope you are ready to be open. Once I swing you open, you lose your power. I will be in, you will be open. I will no longer cower. I will win, door. You won't keep my authenticity in. Get ready. I'm going to make sure you are unsealed. All will be seen, accepted, embraced, healed. Door no more.
Our next poem will be written by its author, Poem for Your Slow Demise by Kay Prevalet.
Good morning. This is a poem that I wrote for my 92-year-old aunt after reading the Gospel of Mary. Try as I might on just this ordinary day to squint and see you the way you used to be or fail, and feel that familiar collapse of grief into the shell of what is left of you. On such a day, hope is wasted on wanting to hold you like I used to. But there are days when I stop trying to hope for the return of some past, and these days might be extraordinary. On these days, I might hold you here as you are now, and release with you, make offerings to you, gaze at you for a long time, laugh with you, reveal something new in you, cherish you, and know hope is to love even the end of you.
Wallace Stevens was unavailable to read his own poem today. He died, I believe, in the 1950s. He was a very successful insurance lawyer who early on in life realized that he and his wife didn't enjoy being poor, and he went back to school and got a law degree. But won Pulitzer Prizes for the poetry that he wrote in his spare time. Domination of black. The black here is a grove of hemlocks, the darkest olive green tree that we have in the East Coast. At night by the fire, the colors of the bushes and of the fallen leaves repeating themselves turned in the room like the leaves themselves turning in the wind. Yes, but the color of the heavy hemlocks came striding, and I remembered the cry of the peacocks. The colors of their tails were like the leaves themselves turning in the wind, in the twilight wind. They swept over the room, just as they flew from the boughs of the hemlocks down to the ground. I heard them cry, the peacocks. Was it a cry against the twilight or against the leaves themselves turning in the wind, turning as the flames turned in the fire, turning as the tails of the peacocks turned in the loud fire? Loud as the hemlocks, full of the cry of the peacocks, or was it a cry against the hemlocks? Out of the window, I saw how the planets gathered like the leaves themselves turning in the wind. I saw how the night came striding like the color of the heavy hemlocks. I felt afraid, and I remembered the cry of the peacocks.
Our reader recommends that you look up, our former reader, Carl Frank, suggests that you look up the cry of the peacocks on the internet and hear them, because it's really quite something if you haven't ever heard it. Our next poem is written by its author, Shep Abbott, entitled For Lila Bell.
This is for Lila Bell. This is a poem that I wrote while this was going on for my goddaughter, Lila Bell. Seeing this little silver ribbon of water running out of rock there and down across the face of granite here and now into this moss and still running down that stony hill and turning and filling to full and running again so sweetly. And then the wide sea beyond, the horizon and the sky. I wish your life to run like this, little silver water, quick and sure and shining to the great unknowable heavens.
Our last poem will be read by Sally Waite, and the poem is Hope is the Thing with Feathers by Emily Dickinson.
Hope is the thing with feathers that perches in the soul and sings the tune without the words and never stops at all. And sweetest in the gale is heard, and sore must be the storm that could abash the little bird that kept so many warm. I've heard it in the chillest land and on the strangest sea, yet never in extremity it asked a crumb of me.
In lieu of applause, let us all say namaste to our authors and readers and musicians. Namaste. Namaste. Our closing hymn is number 95 in the Gray Hymnal, There Is More Love Somewhere. We sang this last week, but it fits the theme, and we might as well sing it again. Our benediction is titled Hopefulness in Bad Times by Howard Zinn. To be hopeful in bad times is not just foolishly romantic. It is based on the fact that human history is a history not only of cruelty, but also of compassion, sacrifice, courage, kindness. What we choose to emphasize in this complex history will determine our lives. If we see only the worst, it destroys our capacity to do something. If we remember those times and places, and there are so many, where people have behaved magnificently, this gives us the energy to act, and at least the possibility of sending this spinning top of a world in a different direction. And if we do act, in however small a way, we don't have to wait for some grand utopian future. The future is an infinite succession of presents, and to live now as we think human beings should live, in defiance of all that is bad around us, is itself a marvelous victory. Counsels guard uphold you, in its arms securely fold you. Love be with you till we meet again. And now I invite those of you at home to hold up your candle, and together we will blow them out as we say the words to extinguish our chalice. Visitors, the words are printed in your order of service if you would like to read along. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. Go in peace, return in love.